It's all real. Everything's real. Heaven, hell, Atlas, Tartarus, which is, I think, a level of hell, Earth itself, which is a level of hell. I'm gonna prove it to you without proving it to you. Mm. You ever notice for everything you try to do right, you get treated so wrong? It's just a cigarette, you guys. I'm broke. For all the work you put in, you're broke. Damn. Yeah, I looked online and they were trying to like prove to me that all of my favorite artists were broke. Like all artists, all musical artists are broke and they only make like 25,000 a year and they have to get out on the corner and sell their CDs every now and then like cheap whores, and the labels pretty much take care of them and everything and make it look like, they got more money than they have. Mhm. Or they have more money than they actually do possess. And then, when they try to speak out about it or they try to get, they take what little money they do get and invest it, they get in trouble, like things like breach a contract. And even if they don't breach the contract, the label does shady things and throws you in jail or whatever, 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 you know. I think it's just the energy of the world, and maybe we're all just conspiracy theories on the low. And it is no such thing as the Illuminati, and there's no such thing as the Baphomet, and there are no such things as things like Anunnaki. And before you go down a rabbit hole and you be like, "Yo, Josie, what are you talking about?" I'm talking about vibrations, or maybe I'm just talking about movement, or maybe movement is vibration. You ever thought about that? Yo, I'm gonna tell you how it mostly goes. I look at a video, and then before I look at the video, if I'm getting ready to watch it with somebody, I go into depth about the Anunnaki and the secret book of John, and I might mention other apocryphers like the book of Thomas, and books that I often refer to in the wrong text like the Aquarius, Gospel of Jesus Christ. You can go look it up yourself and you can correct me if you want to, but it's basically the same thing. I was telling you the same thing. The different apocryphers and different holy books, or not necessarily holy books, but different texts that were, not allotted into the modern traditional U.S. King James Bible and certain other European colonies King James's Bibles, who pretty much preach the same agenda. I want to say, oh yeah, by the way, this is not for the weak at heart. You must be strong and of courage. Mm-hmm. So I've gotten into rolling my cigarettes. It's cheaper. It's way cheaper. I gotta stop tobacco because it's all like, I mean, it's not like you gotta stop it and you don't. I know 81 and 90-year-old people who smoke cigarettes and they'll tell you, "Oh, I'm good. I'm straight. I don't have cancer," and da 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 da. And then they'll get into the whole thing about genetics with you, and then I'd be confused of the whole thing because according to them, everybody's born with a malignant cancer cell or cells that could transpire at any given time based off your diet and what you eat, and it's all genetic structuring and how strong your immune system is, and blah 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 blah, and do push-ups outside with just do them outside even when it rains. And I'm like, nigga, I ain't doing that shit. You crazy. Well, you don't want to be healthy. Okay. Older people always have the weirdest advice as well. It's like the proof is in the pudding, you guys. It's always been in the pudding. And I mean, somebody asked me like, "Yo, what would it take to get you to do a show?" And I was like, "Yo, a check." It's not common sense, but it's common sense. It's not too difficult to figure it out. Like I'm an artist and I make music for fun. Yes, yes, I'll do music for my own entertainment, and sometimes I'll create music in the studio with my friends and all that for our own entertainment. We just be having fun. But when it comes to actually performing this music, we go over what we would actually like to charge for people for performing it, because performing it is the actual work. Like in the studio, we just being creative. We're painting. We're like painters. And sometimes when you paint something, you don't even want to sell it, but a person just comes along and they want it so bad, and you can't give it away for free. That's how I feel about my entire artistry. You know, I go to the studio and I paint these elaborate pictures utilizing the words and the creativity within my head, and also the instrumentals that we create. We create them from scratch most of the time. If we don't surf YouTube and try to find other instrumentals or instrumentals from other producers, reach out to them. If they don't get back in time and we decide to smash monkey your beat, we smash monkey your beat and lay that shit to the side. That's how the shit go. We keep moving. We keep actually creating our own instrumentals so we can have, kind of full ownership of that. That's just, I'd be like, yo, if you're an artist and you got the ear for it, you should try to produce, because yeah, that's where you get to keep all your stuff at. You get the instrumental and everything. And proof is in the pudding. It's always in the pudding. You know, I look at it like this. All right, one day, some people woke up and realized who they were, and they started writing books. It's not that simple. It's a little bit more complex than that. It's like, all right, there are certain animals that kind of dig in the sand in patterns and stuff, and people would kind of like you could, it's debatable to be like, yo, is this animal intelligent because it's digging in a pattern, and it's like taking its nails and it's like doom doom doom, and it looks like cuneiform, or like it looks like it's painting, or doing something, but it's really like looking for food or doing some sort of survival tactic that's innate to it. And what I've understood or realized, we get a lot of our ideas from nature. Like, we'll look at how nature does something, and then we'll innovate upon it. Like, if nature lifts up a rock in a weird funny way that looks mechanical, we'll be like, okay, we can emulate that. We can make that type of device that can help us lift the rock in the same manner and simulate it. That's how our ability is, the ability to create simulations or to simulate anything. First, it starts here. You emulate and simulate what you're, trying to see and depict in your brain, and then you bring it to life on the surface level, on the physical spectrum. So, and you could take those words however you want to take them, when it comes down to it. At the end of the day, you'll tell a lot of people, yo, your religion is malarkey. But then you'll be like, because you're brought up a certain way, you gotta be like, look, if you go across the world, from me to you, I'm American. Look, we're in America. We're stupid. To me, the rest of the world dumb as fuck too. It ain't like y'all a step ahead of us. Ain't none of y'all made it to Mars yet. So ain't none of y'all smarter or dumber than what we are. No human down here is smarter or dumb. You might have kids that can speak several different languages, but then you have this one kid over here that only speaks English and can give you the correct formula for rocket fuel. You like, oh, how does he do that? It's just like the kids in Africa that you hear about. They be like, yo, they dropped out of elementary school and didn't go back, but this motherfucker's building cars from scratch. Like, he's literally building cars as if he just knew how to do this. Watched a couple YouTube videos. Next thing you know, he's touched by God. He's building cars. Same difference. You know what I'm saying? Same junk for the Asian kid that speaks nothing but an Asian language. He speaks nothing but Chinese. And this dude is the smartest dude in the world. No other languages. Minus, it was a guy who told me if you master 25 different languages, technically you're a genius, because you've actually mastered the entire world's language system. Like, you know what I'm saying, except for some primitive languages that are no longer used. And if you figure that out, then you just steps and miles ahead of everybody. That's why I say everybody dumb. There's people in Europe that come over here and they be like, Americans are stupid. But look at the shit Americans do. Look at the things we build. Like, we figure it out. And then we sit here and we be like, yo, Europeans are stupid. But look at the things Europeans are over there accomplishing in their nation, in their country. Look at what Russia's doing. Look at what Ireland's doing. Look at what, England's doing. Now, I know that's not European or whatever. But to me, that's like the upper, whatever, above Asia, above Africa, on to the left of Asia, if you're looking on top of the map. You know what I'm saying? I guess if you're on the ground, it's to the right of Asia, I guess. I don't know. My whole point of all of this is, I think this is like an inbox right here. Audio. But anyway, besides the audio, look, man, I'm in like North Carolina right now. And I'm like on my way up here, I was like, yo, technically I'm sitting still, but I'm still in motion. Like, I'm meditating and imagine myself like in a hyperbolical state of sitting still, going from birth to, old age to death, and recycling that in the same phase while I'm moving in the truck. I'm telling myself, yo, you're technically not moving at all. You're not moving. Everything else around you is moving. And that could be both true and a false statement, because technically you are moving to get the one placement, but at the same time, everything else around you is moving too. Or maybe you're not moving and nothing else around you is moving. And this is like one of those 2D, two-dimensional things, and the rest of it is in our head. And technically, yes, I am just saying shit. It's amazing. You know, weird is what weird does. Look, it's okay to be weird. Just don't be a pedophile. Like, it's so many different levels to this shit. It's okay to be weird. Just don't be a mass murderer. Look, and if you have those type of feelings, seek counseling. Seriously, don't be suicidal. It's not worth you killing yourself. You know, you might as well enjoy the flowers, smell them shits while you can, because in the other aspects of different realms, you kind of got to continue to make up this shit as you go. It's like, yo, heaven or hell, pay attention. So I woke up this morning. I didn't have any money to my name. And I went to the store like 2 times to try to make sure I didn't have any money to my name by tapping my card. I was looking at the balance, but I was making sure that maybe I wasn't tripping and it wasn't a hidden balance on there. So I tapped the card about 2-3 times. I got declined each time, and then I got chimed. So after you decline it a couple times, it'll just freeze your card. So I tried my other card, and I was like, yo, I gotta be living in hell, because I just pulled the job to where I pulled the job with a friend. And to me, even if you're a ride along or spare, even if you don't get used, you get paid or you get compensated some sort of money. Like, it's like your time is that precious, and sometimes people utilize your energy as well. So it's like, and it's a lot of jobs where that shit happens. You'll have a main person that drives and a main person that kind of gets out and does everything else needed, and a lot of times it's not much and they still get paid a good little bit of money. It's like people that push pencils versus people that are pushing buttons. Those people that push pencils sometimes make $20-$30 an hour. Those people that push buttons sometimes make 18, 15, and same thing, $20-$30 an hour. It's levels to this shit. It's like levels to the universe, levels to existence, levels to all of it. I remember talking to somebody and it was like, yeah, I play Sims every now and then. And I'm like, yo, you really play Sims? Like, yo, I remember Sims when I used to like go to school. I play Sims for that entire semester, and then I leave and go home, since we were too broke to have a computer. Not that we were too broke to have a computer. My grandmother just didn't see a need for a computer. So I would go home for the summer break, come back. Most of the time I would be somewhat near that same class, but most of the computers were connected anyway. So I would just log in on the computer that I was in, and when I go back, my freaking Sim universe would just be in utter chaos. Just streets and things burning, hit by hurricanes, asteroids. I'm like, yo, what the and you got to go back and redo. One time I went back on my Sims, and my entire freaking Sim universe or Sim world that I had created, like I had all types of stuff, cities, trains. You remember the old Sims? You couldn't necessarily see the people, but you seen the city developing. I had buildings, metropolitan areas. Like, I was building up my Sim city, and then when I went back after one semester, my city had rebelled and they destroyed everything and went to war and nuclear war, and I was like, whoa. Like, it's like it transpired on its own in so many levels. Like, I thought to myself, I was like 12, like the last time I had went back to play Sims, it was like right before I was getting ready to go to high school, like because I was a year ahead. So when I turned 13, I ended up in high school. But look, listen, check this out. So I remember that last year going back to play Sims, and I'm like, yo, what did that mean? Like, they went to war, they went to a nuclear war, and they destroyed themselves. No, I said, that's the future of mankind. My teacher said, ha, he's probably right. No. Hey, because the simulation ran in my head, and I'm like, yo, it's logical. All of that shit is logical. We have a better chance. Look, this is where I piss off a lot of people. Because heaven and hell. Like, look, listen. We're in hell right now. Only if it's hell for you. You feel me? Only if it's hell for you are you in hell. Some people are in heaven right now. It just is what it is. Like, they wake up, they take a piss, it's excellent. They got things roll over, they got the perfect woman beside them. If it's a woman, she got the perfect guy beside them. Their life is on point. And their whole thing of a bad day is breaking a nail, and some of them can smile through that shit. And like, oh, my nail, or a hangnail or some shit like that. You got like, yo, just proving it to be real without proving it to be flawed, without proving it to be fake, knowing that it's fake. It's like, yo, I remember somebody was like, yo, Josie, fake it till you make it. And I was like, but I don't want to be fake. I don't want to fake shit. Like, people do a lot of fake things. Sometimes I wake up and wonder if I'm fake. But then you realize how real shit is, and you like, I have no idea. I have to be the reality base. I am a part of the simulation that I'm not a part of. It's fucked up. But look, listen, that's what it is. And then, you know, you got the people that wake up, like, God forbid, the guy that woke up at the park, Piedmont Park, because this is why I see most people waking up on a bench. You just wake up looking butt fuck hurt. I'm sorry, because I've been there. Like, I'm only laughing because I woke up on a bench one time. I got a long story about that shit. I'm looking bum fuck hurt. Hey, lucky me, I had some good friends that used to drop me out some good weed every now and then. So I wake up bum fuck hurt, smoke my blunt, and just smile about whatever bullshit I'm going through. Like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's like, you know, like, okay, look, for all of those people that wake up outside of your moment in life, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is what I should have did at the moment I was outside. I should have found some shrooms. I'm not saying any shrooms. Find you some psychedelic shrooms and get close to God. You might open up your third eye and figure out how to solve your whole life problem way quicker than what you think. Like, I remember somebody was like, oh, you've tried shrooms? And I was like, yeah. And it was like, so you've met God? And I was like, what the fuck does shrooms have to do with meeting God? Bro, y'all people are crazy. What the hell? Like, but don't let that go over your head. Look, listen, certain things connect you to the earth and you hallucinate and you would think you see God. Look, listen, or maybe your ass is actually seeing God. I know people that have NDIs, like myself, had a near-death experience. I could have sworn I met God, but at the same time, it was merely me reflecting on myself and telling me I wasn't supposed to be there and pointing me in the other direction, and then I was back. And I was like, the fuck? And I was doing this to make sure I was still alive, and then looking up at my cuz, like, cuz, can you see me? I asked a random girl, hey, shawty. And she looked at me. Now, once she looked at me, I kind of was aware she probably could see me. And I was like, hey, can you touch my face? And she said, boy, you weird, and kept walking. Well, that shit was fire.
I'm alive.
Oh, God. Hey, so I ain't had no choice. Like, I kind of like just punched my car because that was it for the car. And I was like, shit, yeah, I'm definitely alive. So, you know, my cousin was like, wait, let me get my camera. I got to take a picture. You stupid as fuck. But why you go over the cliff? And I was like, I thought it was a hill. Like, in my mind, look, every day I used to ride by this shit. And it used to be a hill. It used to look like a hill going down to the hotel at the Comfort Inn. So on my mind, I had built up a rapport that, okay, that's a hill. If I ever get stuck in a tight spot, I'm going down the hill. Nah, nigga, I went over the cliff. Like, it was like you didn't realize the hill ain't a hill until you're going over the cliff. And then you in the air, and you like, oh shit, this was a bad idea. Like, what the fuck? And you like, cigarettes going up, cell phone going up, grab the cell phone, put it in your pocket just in case I live. Just in case I live. Huh?
This is a car?
Yeah, I was in my Buick Regal, bro. Like, just let me tell y'all this story. So, I'm coming from my baby mama house, right? And I called my cousin because, I called my uncle and I'm like, yo, Unc, my brakes are going bad. I don't know how long I can make it. I got the replacement brakes in the trunk. He like, well, change the damn brakes then. I'm like, nigga, I don't know how to do that. YouTube was going, but YouTube wasn't going right yet. I'm pretty sure I could have probably looked up and found some makeshift shit or some nigga changing brakes. But nah, I didn't think like that. So I was like, okay. He's like, look, just come over here. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to make it. Then my cousin pulls up and he's like, what's up, cuz? I was like, bro, my brakes out. And he like, shoot, you got a blunt? I'm like, yeah. He's like, shit, follow me. I was like, all right, bet. So he's like, get in front of me. When we got to the hill that this house is on, notice I said hill. You know what I'm saying? So we cut the corner. We in Needmo in Grit, South Carolina. Cut the corner, get to the outside road. That one road right behind the Comfort Inn, or right behind, if you're from Grit, you know what I'm talking about. It's like a little auto parts shop or whatever right there, and then there's a house behind it. So my uncle's at the house at the bottom. So we going down the hill, and I'm like, yo, before I go down the hill, I'm like, Rick, you should get in front of me, cuz. And he like, nah, I don't want to mess up my daddy's truck. And I'm like, cool. So he like, just put the e-brake up. So I'm like, all right. So I start going. I got the e-brake up. The car is picking up speed. I'm wondering why. My cousin, he on the phone. He like, everything okay, cuz? I said, I don't know. He said, boy, what was that came out the bottom of the car? And I said, what was what, cuz? at that moment, I realized I was picking up speed. So he was like, "Cuz, I think you need to get out the car." I got my seatbelt on because, you know, I missed the safety. So I opened the car door, it boom, back. I'm like, oh God, this isn't happening. So automatically my mind is like, oh, what do I do? So I'm trying to get the seat thing, and cuz he yelling in my ear, get out the car, cuz, get out the car, what you doing? I'm like, cuz, I don't know. I said, should I turn towards the house? He said, well, don't hit my house. I was like, you're right. So I'm thinking go towards the trees, but I'm like, no, I don't, no, I'm not gonna survive that. So I'm like, yeah, the hill is my friend. I'm just gonna go down the hill and I'm gonna bank it to the left, and I might flip, but I'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking something will stop me at the end, but nah, nothing. Look, listen, at this moment, before I knew it, my cousin was like, Josh, what is you doing? Get out the car. Boom. My phone goes up in the air, and that's when I realized this was the worst idea ever. This nigga screaming in the phone and shit while it's going up. So I grabbed the phone and put it in my pocket. I wrote music. It's like a whole bunch of stuff going up, and then I'm like, yo, I guess this is the moment where my life flashes before my eyes. None of that happens. It just goes dark. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm at this moment, I'm seeing the ground come towards me, and then boom, lights out. Alright, so lights is out. The next thing you know, it gets bright. Like it's I'm in a forest, believe it or not. I'm dead serious. I'm in a forest. And there's little lights around me, like a lot of lights. It's like a forest, but it's like beautiful beyond report. Like it's like beautiful. It was like I really was like, I'm cool. That's what's up. I'm here. And then this guy just materializes in pure light, and he looks just like me. Like a little older and a little younger at the same time. It was kind of creepy, but he looked just exactly like me. Just it shimmered in freaking light, like a bronze gold statue type of shit. And I'm like, is you Jesus, bro? And he's like, he not saying nothing. The dude's like, it's not your time right now, bro. Live alive. Continue this mission. He just points the other direction, and I'm looking at him like, wait. Hey bro, so how do I get some money right quick? And then I look back and the nigga's not there, and then next thing you know, I'm not standing, but I was like sitting in my car, and I'm like, yo, okay, I'm looking around, and I'm like, oh yeah, that shit really happened. That shit was, I really might have just died. I was like, I might have just died. And I'm like, damn. So I try to crank the car up, car doesn't crank. That's how I realized I totaled my Buick. It was crazy. I looked up, I realized I just flew up. I really flew. Like I flew. I took a car airborne like a daredevil, and I survived it. Thank God. You know, you just be like, yo, thank you, God. But I'm pretty sure that was just my higher self. And higher self was like, nah, bro, look, listen. It's not time yet, bro. You gotta go back. And even if you wanted to stay, because I had to make sure, because I was like, yo, was I in heaven or hell or what? Was it continuum of life? Or was this the zone that I came from before I got here? Why would he tell me not yet? And what the fuck is going on? Because most of the time, I'm pretty sure your life's supposed to flash before your eyes. That's what they tell you. But none of that happened. It just went dark. It just, and then got bright as hell. And something let me know that, okay, it's more to this. And despite some of the dumb stuff I did that I thought would probably land me a permanent or a definite spot in hell, I'm not going to hell. I know that for a fact. It's like when I left there, I just knew, okay, hell does not exist. It's just not real. It's only a state of mind and a state of presence in your life, and it's created by the pressures of life, depending on how you take things. Because it's certain people down here, they're going through hell. We would look at them and be like, well, they going through hell, but they got this smile on their face, like this smile and this look of gratitude that's like, I'm thankful for every breath I take through the storm. I will survive. This is because this is God's plan, not yours, the Creator's plan. Look, now, most people that come across and be like, I met a guy, I was like, yo, this is God, and he's like, yo, I don't believe in none of that, and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, because to me, I'm like, okay, some people would be like, yo, Josie, you're an atheist, and I'd be like, okay, cool, you know, because I know that there's a creator, so I don't have to believe in a creator. I know that there's multiple creators in different aspects of life itself, in existence, and what it is to be. I know that I myself may actually be a proctor or a creator or a coder myself. It's like, yo, realizing that nowadays Black people always knew we was different. But you know, when you start talking about the alien stuff and different things like that, you ever notice now you got other white people trying to prove to other white people the existence of the Anunnaki and that maybe we were taught the Bible the wrong way, and they're like, no, shit, it's nobody like my God. And you're like, okay, cool. Now, this is, pay attention. I listened to a song called "The War of God," War of the Gods, last night. The time has come for the war of the gods. And Buddy's saying the same thing the book of John says. God is merely a title. The creator of all, you cannot call him God. You shouldn't call them God. You shouldn't even be comprehending him, her, he, she, the, it of creation other than the source. Period. Now, archetypes. Because the source created the archetypes that created us. So any image that we're created in is the image of the archetypes that came after the source. Pay attention. Pay attention. It's like we're not in the image of the sun, though we're star children, but we're more Earth's seeds. Because we're born on Earth. We're not born on the sun, but we came from the sun in so many different ways. In a lot of ways, scientists try to say that Earth might not even be from this solar system. Now look, listen. It's all from the same place. It's all from the same source. But it all moves around like, you know, a bowl of soup. It's like every A, B, and C comes from the same factory, but they move around on their own coordinates. Every now and then you got this group of A that clicks up with these B's and these C's, and you got these groups of C's that click up with this little pool of B, and it's just this C with a bunch of B's. And every now and then you'll swirl the spoon around, and that C or orbit or gravitate its way to the A, B, and C. It's that type of shit. Like, yeah, it's the manipulation is the creator itself. It's like most people would probably be like, oh, he's about to say something blasphemous, and I am. I'm about to say something completely blasphemous. God is more akin to the wind than an actual physical figure. Saying is, there's a leaf on the ground. If you don't come along and move the leaf, but the wind moves the leaf, that's God moving the leaf and steering it along its course. It's the same thing akin to the mighty oceans that move, or the volcanoes, or the fires that burn. It's the same essence. Now, coming into a physical aspect of everything, is God taking conscience in a whole body. Not even just a whole body, but a soul body, which makes you a soul in possession of a body. Now look, you can be trapped. If I was a cultism person, I could trap half of y'all that come to my page in some sort of cultism belief, like dead ass serious. If I was like, oh, praise the Pharaoh, you do it enough times, you got a whole bunch of people in America praising the Pharaoh. If I make it make sense, don't let me get any type of lucky stride where some money pops out of nowhere from me saying, oh, praise the Pharaoh. You know how many people gonna be saying, oh, praise Pharaoh, Ashadada, Daddy's my prophet, Joshua, Yeshua, Georgie, calling me all sorts of benevolence, and you gonna have this group of people calling me the devil and this group of people calling me God's messenger. Ah, man, you get what I'm saying? Judge. I read a book, both audio and physical, because every now and then I go charge my phone up in libraries. They plugged up all of the outside charges. They said no homeless people and no regular people deserve charge on their phone. Fuck if you pay your phone bill and if you pay your taxes. I pay my taxes, so I don't get it. I feel like, what the fuck you charge? You plugging up the city? Why would you plug up charges? What if some white woman gets lost outside and her phone goes dead? You trying to say forget her too? So now y'all like forget the white people too. They just, if your phone go dead, you shouldn't have been out there. What type of people are you? We don't like homeless people, and you know, with the chargers outside, it attracts a lot of homeless people. They like to sleep next to the chargers and charge up their devices. But y'all crazy. Look, okay, I went looking up online. It's less homeless shelters than you think. I be feeling like, yo, they should have let Kanye West build his homeless city, and they should have let anybody else that was investing in getting rid of the homeless in a positive way build their get rid of the homeless in a positive way scheme. Which means, look, if you got the money to do it, because if I had the money, I'd be like, I wish you would challenge me. I'll sue the fuck out you for trying to shit down my idea. Look, listen, if I got the money to build a homeless shelter and not care about what happens, like once I build it, be like, yo, this is for whoever comes across this that's homeless, it's in my name. I'm gonna pay the taxes on it. I'm gonna write this shit off. I'm gonna show people how to goddamn get money from in there. You know what I'm saying? From a distance, because I don't want to be near your homeless ass. I don't want broke to rub off on me. Once you make it out of broke, you just don't want it to rub off on you. Like right now, I be trying to make it out of broke, and when you get a little bit of money, this is why you start acting different. When somebody broke bump into you, you kind of like brush it off. You're like, man, I want that broke shit on me, bro. The fuck? Don't let them say some broke shit around you. Like, I just don't have it. Nah, brush that off of me. The brush don't have off of me, because I have it, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Like, that's how you gotta be with broke energy. You gotta be like, no brokenness. Like, mind you, I feel like a lot of rich people just do shit. Like, I know they got the money, but I watch some stuff where people walk into restaurants, people walk into clothing stores, and they're like, oh, Breck Brusto here. That's you. Don't worry about it. The studio called and told us you were popping up. You good. You know, the studio didn't even pay shit. They just say, yo, my person is coming through. For real, they're my favorite person. Oh my God, I'm going to give them some money. Like, I remember when I was in Atlanta, they was talking about, hey, did you give the baby some money? Give little baby some money? I'm like, give little baby some money? The fucking nigga, what? And they was like, yeah, it's give little baby money day. What the fuck? Wait. It's give who? For what? Money? For what? Because as far as I'm concerned, why this nigga up $1 million? Yeah, nah. He almost said $1 million. So everybody's giving him money to help him get to the $1 million. Give me some money. It is National Give Josie Fuller Some Money today. That's what day it is today. It's what day is it? It's what is it? The 7th? This is God's day. It's the 7th of the month. This is God's day. This is National Give Me, myself, me, this guy right here. When you see this video, this day is the day where everybody gives me some money. Everybody shop at my website and they just send me money. You can send me money on my website. I got my PayPal and everything. This is the day, the National Give Josie Fuller Money Day. I ain't got that $1 million yet. Look, I ain't even close to it. So if $1 million of y'all go ahead and obligate that, give me $1. This nigga just farted. Give me $1. Shit. Fart was real too. That shit was real. Look, listen. It's National Give Josie Some Money Day. I need you to go to your bank, be polite, don't be stingy. Support what I got. Damn, Pharaoh, for real, nigga. Ah! This is shit. I'm about to die. I'm in a box truck. It stank outside too, y'all. It smell like Lay's potato chip factory before the potato chips get made. You know that irony, earthy, gritty taste. This is National Give Me Some Money Day. Welcome. I'm gonna go live till y'all give me some money. I'm not gonna go live there. I'm not doing that. I remember when I was like, yeah, I'm a DoorDash until I get up the money to get an e-bike. That shit did not work, y'all. So give me some money so I can do more than just get an e-bike. I'm gonna build a homeless shelter. Look, listen, I'm gonna go renovate a hotel, hotels across the world, and turn them shits into affordable living / homeless shelters with malls inside of them. Don't be trying to take my idea, Elon. I know you got the money to do it. You'll be done try to save some people just to get them to vote for you next time. Don't be doing that shit. Yo, vote for me, because I say the stupidest shit when I ain't singing. And you know I sing. Word to your mama. This one stank, right? Shit. You know, I had farted a minute ago, and I almost inhaled it, and I almost threw up on the inside, and I was like, yo, the fuck? Yo, people are disgusting, but I love y'all, though. You're beautiful. You're a beautiful creature. Look, listen, I think you're weird, but it's okay to be weird. Be yourself. Just don't be a pedophile, don't be a rapist, and don't be a serial killer. Come on, man. It's a new world, new life. Don't kill yourself. We need you here. You're going to fuel the soul drive for the Draconians. When they come and they're going to need some food,
They gonna eat your depressed ass. That's it. They gonna eat your rich into your depressed ass because you rich and you depressed. And they gonna be like, why the fuck is you so depressed? And they gonna eat your soul. Y'all stay good.